No, thank you for sharing. When was the executive credibility engine created? Was this before or after this?
Okay, so that's another mother of necessity being mother of invention. So I was doing training with LinkedIn rather than doing it for people because, again, just out of personal experience, I've tried outsourcing people's LinkedIn. I've even hired experts to do LinkedIn for people, and it just didn't work. You can't like have a doppelganger show up and pretend to be me, and then all of a sudden I enter the conversation. You're going to get this weird disconnect. It doesn't matter whether you're using AI or a human, there's going to be this weird disconnect. And so all that trust that you've been building slowly just topples instantly.
Yeah, so suddenly something sounds different. The voice changed.
Right. Well, and also the other person can't speak for you. They don't have your experience, they don't have your knowledge, they don't have your credibility. So you're expecting this junior person, because most people hire intern level or recent hot college grads to do social media for them. I know, it's just like, I'm sorry, but that's the dumbest idea I've ever heard of. Like, why would you do that?
If you had kids, you would never hire your kids to represent your business, but you're going to hire kids out of college.
Right. Who don't know you. Uh, and sending them into the board meetings, to talk to senior level people, because that's effectively what you're asking them to do. And so, it's just like, come on, let's think this through a little bit more carefully. So I was training, but people were still really struggling to get consistent with the work that I was teaching them how to do. Had amazing results when they did it, but you're a CEO. You're spinning a lot of plates. And that plate spinning gets out of control sometimes. And the first thing that drops is prospecting and marketing.
Well, on top of that, this path it's very hands-on.
Yes.
It's probably a very different pattern than most CEOs are used to, because we're used to talking in front of groups perhaps,
Hmm.
or selling or presenting. But before I go into that, but this approach is a little different. Can you share the three? I guess is there three pillars to it, or are there three pillars of it you could share
Well,
with me?
there's three pillars of success on LinkedIn, I see. One
Hmm.
is the profile. You've got to make sure that your profile expresses who
Hmm.
you are, what you're about, why people should care. And it's got to speak directly to
Yep.
your target audience, not just, it's not a resume, it's a sales tool.
Uh,
Two
yep.
is your connections. So your network really matters. Finding connections with the
Hmm.
people that are in your target audience and tangential to your target audience is important, not
Uh-huh.
just random. Don't just accept every random connection from India that comes in. Unless you're
Right.
targeting people in India and that's your audience, you
Yes.
want to be
Unless
intentional.
you want all those cold slapping.
What's that?
Unless you want all that
Pitch slapping,
pitch slapping.
yeah, yeah, that. Well, it's definitely not exclusive to any country, but you want to be intentional about networking,
Hmm.
but also reaching out to people that you think would be good to have in your network. It's meaningful and important to build that network. And
Uh-huh.
then third is
Hmm.
the conversation. So it's content and conversation. It's about um, sharing the kinds of content that get people to comment and engage with it, and then engaging with
Hmm.
them in conversation, both in the comments publicly and privately in DM.
Uh-huh.
So it's kind of, I guess, it's
Hmm.
kind of a four-legged stool there. I should probably change my moniker.
Okay. Well, a four-legged stool is more stable.
This is
I love
true.
it. The what's now for me, right? Just personally, like I have a weakness in starting out these conversations, right? So just to reach out, like, wow, I would really love to do a project with this guy at IBM. Um, but just reaching out to him and building some rapport and kind of start introducing and see if I like the guy and stuff. It's like I don't know how to do that. Right? Do you is that a common challenge
Yes.
for people, or okay, so it's not
No,
just
it's
me.
definitely not just you. And there's a couple of ways to make that easier. One is, if they're active on LinkedIn. If they're commenting on things or posting, then engaging, the first
Hmm.
way is engaging with their posts. If you can comment on their posts and
Hmm.
build a little rapport there and then reach out and say, oh man, Phil, I really liked your post on X, you're going to be able to
Uh-huh.
start a conversation. That works if they're posting, but I don't know about you, but
Yep.
most of my target audience isn't posting consistently. So then I'll
Yeah.
go look at what they're commenting on. If you go to their activity
Hmm.
and you search for their comment.
Yeah, because it's either posts or
Right,
responses, and
right. And so then you can actually go through their comments and see if you find something that, and again, this isn't always a perfect, because some people
uh-huh.
have great comments and you can really engage them in a conversation and a dialogue, and other
Yep.
people are commenting great post or congratulations, because it's the only
Uh-huh.
things that they comment on are people's anniversaries or celebrating a new job. So it doesn't work
Oh,
well
sure.
for those cases.
Uh-huh.
But if you can do that, do, because that's the easiest way to get in, and start a
Yep.
conversation. Then the third way is to go do your research on them. And AI makes it so much easier to do that now. So,
Uh-huh.
it's like if I want to reach out to you, Phil, I'm going to go and I'm going to put your company name and you into ChatGPT and ask it to research you
Mhm.
and find out a few details about you. And then I'm just going to
Yep.
look for a small nugget. I'm going to actually read it. I mean, there's a concept there. Don't just
Mhm.
shortcut this. Actually read
Oh,
up
sure.
on,
Dig into it, yeah, and have fun
yeah,
with it.
exactly. Get to know the person a little bit before you reach
You'd be
out.
surprised how interesting people are when you go a little bit deeper than surface level.
Shocking, isn't it?
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like,
Yes, surprising. Some people are interesting out there, not just
and
myself.
that's the thing, is most people don't show any interest. They're only interested in selling their stuff and pitching their goods, right?
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, and, we were talking about that a little bit in the beginning, where I was like, I was going through your content and your articles. I'm like, and I have so much to talk with you about, and I had to stop myself because, all this fun would be gone.
Right.
But it's exactly that.
Right. You don't want to kill the lead, right?
Yeah, right? This is like, after that, what are we gonna talk about?
Yeah, but I think that I mean, you and I are very similar in that we're out there, we're sharing ideas, we're engaging on LinkedIn, and so for us, it's easy for us to kind of like figure out something to have a conversation about. Like I would just go to your latest post about MVPs, and I would send you a connection request saying, I really appreciate your point about how it's better to go with those gut check rules for shipping an MVP rather than trying to make it perfect. And then I might ask you a question. So you talked about Dropbox's MVP was a 3-minute video. I'm looking at the post right now, and stop chasing perfection. So I might ask you a question, and I need to structure the question carefully because I want it to be easy for you to answer. Um, I might say, do you find it difficult to convince your clients that perfection is the enemy of progress?
And I'd be like, "Yeah," and I could go either a short answer or a tangent if I felt like it.
Bingo, exactly. It's easy for you to go, oh my gosh, yes, and just run off with your day, because most of us are answering on these. And if you're a CEO, you're between meetings, you're probably taking a quick coffee break or a toilet break, and you don't have much time. So I want to make my questions structured so that you can answer quickly with your thumbs. But it's a big enough question also, and it's interesting enough to you because it's something you posted, that you can go further.
Perfect, perfect. Thanks for, showing me exactly what this looks like in practice. And when you were saying, like, some people just say, "Happy birthday," um, what are your thoughts about looking at their tangent friends and colleagues to try to find a warm introduction? Would that be about a way, or is that kind of aggressive?
Oh, that's actually a great idea. I think, um, my first instinct was great idea, and then my second instinct was, wait, how would I feel if you did that and I was that person that you were asking for an intro to someone else from, which has happened to me. So it's like they will get me connected and then they'll say, hey, I see you're good connected to Phil Cutting. Would you please introduce me?
Hmm.
Two problems with that. I have over 8,000 connections. So what's the likelihood that I actually know the person you're asking for the intro? Um, Two is I feel used.
Hmm.
So you have to be careful to build that rapport and still have the conversation with me, care about me, and then, hey, by the way, do you know this other guy? Like I'm connected to Alex Hermosi. Maybe you'd be like, do you happen to actually? I see 100 million leads in your background there, and I've got this on my desk.
Oh, nice. Is that his new one?
That's the new one. Yeah,
Nice. I'm waiting for it to come.
that was freaking amazing. Total tangent.